How's the place doing, Campbell?
Campbell? Do you really want my honest answer?
Yeah, I do, yeah.
Not very good, really. All the shops are closing down here. Nothing for children hardly to do. It's gone downhill big time.
There's just no work down here or anything really, like, you know what I mean?
You got the food bank and all that helps you.
But it shows you what's happening in the economy nowadays,
Yeah.
like, you know what I mean? Because the food banks are opening up everywhere, like, nobody's got any money anymore.
The government has cut everything back. So...
Are you going to vote for them again then?
No.
No. No.
Definitely not.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers. Right, another big political moment for the UK means another series of Anywhere But Westminster. And as usual, we're not starting with a press conference or a campaign rally. We're not going canvassing yet. We're starting at the Campbell Food Bank, kicking off a 3-day southwest road trip from the Brexit heartlands of Cornwall to Remain voting Bristol. You're not officially open yet, it's only 1:25 and there's people here already.
Oh yeah, today will be a busy day.
Theresa May thinks there are, as she puts it, many complex reasons for people using food banks. But to my mind, it's pretty simple. Lots of people don't have enough money to eat.
Just trying to make ends meet, really. Jobs going okay at the moment, but they're cutting shifts, and you know, one week I might have one shift and just hardly any to live off.
350 meals now have gone out in 10 minutes, and there's more coming in.
I've started work and I don't get paid for a month. The benefits won't give me anything and the council won't give me anything for a month. You know, I've worked all my life with young people that are in difficulties, and I thought sometimes you've got to hold your head up high, you know, it's nothing to be embarrassed by. It's not my fault that the system won't help me out.
And how do you feel watching this happen?
I feel inadequate sometimes. The first month we opened, we provided 30 meals. Just after Christmas, we provided over 10,000.
I can't believe it's mind-boggling.
To vote for Brexit was maybe a cry of despair. Say, well, it didn't work while we were in Europe, let's have a go on our own.
I mean, we've got an election now, but I'm switching on the telly and I'm not seeing many people really discussing food poverty, insecurity.
Food bank is a dirty word. Why do we need this? That's the question, is why?
You know, we've got an election coming up next month.
And to be honest, I don't really vote.
Every time people vote, nothing changes.
I haven't quite decided yet. I concentrate mainly on feeding myself and feeding my dog at the moment.
Right.
We've always been a Labour family growing up, and yeah, I'm undecided this time round, I think.
People seem, I don't know whether they're fatalistic or what, but the idea that, you know, there are forces at work which may have been instrumental in putting them in this predicament, that's not what people kind of talk about. To the point that voting just doesn't have any relevance to this whatsoever. Everywhere we go in this area, people talk about how things have gone wrong, but there's very little belief in voting for something or someone as a way of improving it, other than Brexit. Do you have any sense of which of the politicians you see on TV would at least start to turn this place round? Is that anyone's fault? I mean, do you have any sense of the forces at work?
It's got nothing to do with me. I don't want to. I mean, it's not my problem. I don't want nothing to do with it. I just keep myself to myself.
Do you know why you voted to leave?
I just think it's what you just hear of what everybody else is saying.
What were they saying?
They didn't agree with it.
Just when you're reaching the maximum point of despair, there are times when something or someone just happens to come along.
About the desperation in this country, this fascist shithole.
Is it that bad?
Well, don't you think it's that bad? Or do you not see how it is?
I mean, a lot of people seem quite cheered up because they voted Brexit. Things are going their way all of a sudden.
Yeah, prices have gone up, and now it's cost another $30 million to reopen a tin mine because they're falling a pound. This wonderful country doesn't manufacture anything anymore, so we're totally reliant on Swedish mining equipment, which is costing us more money. It's not helping us, mate. People have been conned. The same as it's my fault that the country's on its knees because of disabled people and jobless people and all the rest of it. It's nothing to do with the Tories, is it? It's nothing to do with the system.
But do you have a meaningful option in this election, do you think?
Absolutely. For the first time ever, I think we've genuinely got a choice. I want to vote against crony capitalism, and the only way to do that is to vote someone like Jeremy Corbyn.
We met a woman down there who said she thought Jeremy Corbyn was dangerous.
They're making people look stupid on purpose, mate. See why the media hate him. He's a man who wants to change things for the better, change the priority, stop spending money on bloody war, feed and clothe the poor, every single person, not one person excluded, yeah? And we could actually progress as a species on this planet.
What's your name, sir?
I am the Tin Man.
Thank you, Mr. Tin Man.
Hey.
It was lovely to meet you.
See ya.
We're now on our way out of Cornwall, going up country, as they say. Now, this part of England played a big role in the outcome of the last election because the Tories took all the seats held by the Lib Dems. This time round, the Lib Dems think they're in with a shout of a revival. It's hard to keep a straight face in this game. Here comes the big Lib Dem diamond.
Was that the shot you wanted? What was it?
It's the shot you wanted, that's what matters.
Surely not.
We're about to find out just how confused and confusing the political landscape has become. If you were to meet me and try and pitch me the idea of voting Liberal Democrat in the general election, what would you say to me? Why should I do it?
I would say you need to vote Liberal Democrat in the general election because without doubt we are the best for managing local politics and local communities. In the last couple of years, what people have really missed is having a really good, strong constituency MP, and that's what's the most important thing for these residents. No, I don't believe Brexit is the most important thing. Should we go to the door?
Yeah. When you come to vote in this general election, what's going to be going through your head?
To be honest with you, I do want to go ahead very strongly with Brexit. So that worries me a little bit.
About the Liberal Democrats?
About the Liberal Democrats.
Why do you want to go ahead strongly with Brexit?
Well, because I think we've been paying for far too long, a lot of money, and we've been getting very little back. We didn't have to invoke Article 52. It was a thing we could have got it immediately, I understand. And I'm wondering why they're a year after the vote, they're still...
Think we should be out already?
I do.
And you're really thinking seriously about voting Liberal Democrat?
For a local match.
How much do you think that a strong local candidate will impact your decision for voting for the party?
I think it probably will, because after all, we've got to look after our own in this area.
We leave Yeovil as darkness falls, further than ever from any kind of hard and fast understanding of what this political moment might actually mean.
Who are you recording for?
The Guardian we work for. We make videos for. What do you think? If there's one thing the country needs right at this moment, what would you say it was?
What sort of question is that?
I don't know.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a bit of a dilemma, isn't it? I think we've been fed so much
confidence.
You need a bit of confidence.
Yeah.
Because of technology the way it is, you read everything on Facebook and you don't know who to believe. You can never tell who's telling the truth or who's not telling the truth.
The next morning, we finally enter Remain voting territory. Right, do not adjust your set. We haven't tumbled through the space-time continuum back to 2016. This is happening now.
We're in Bristol North West at the moment, which is a constituency that voted quite heavily for Remain. We've got a Leave voting MP, so we're encouraging people to vote tactically to try and get as many pro-EU MPs in Parliament.
Why am I here? Because I care, and we care in Bristol.
How do you feel about Brexit?
Oh, I think it's a bloody disaster.
Right. And so do you have a clear sense of who to vote for? Sort of in protest against it?
Well, the only thing I can do is vote Liberal, I think.
We're a non-party organisation, but we can tell them who the pro-EU candidates are.
Right, so who are the pro-EU candidates?
Well, the pro-EU candidates in this constituency are the Lib Dems, the Greens and the Labour Party, to a degree.
But you still can't do anything about it, it's been decided.
We think that, okay, that's fine, have a nice day.
I think Jeremy Corbyn should step up to the mark and say that we shouldn't leave Europe, but he won't.
But to say, well, hold on a minute, come on, this is a bit indulgent. People in Cornwall are going hungry and going to food banks.
There are people in Cornwall, going hungry, people in Cornwall who've lost £60 million worth of investment from the EU, and with a pretty right-wing government, there's no knowing what legislation might be dismantled. Food bank will only get worse. I think people have very legitimate concerns, but they kick the wrong target.
Very British thing to do, isn't it?
Bottom line.
Kick the cat.
It's not over and it's not going to be.
Really? What, you really think that?
It's possible.
travelled a long way over the last 3 days, from the sort of deep heartlands of Brexit to Remain territory. We met a lot of people who voted for certain things, can't really explain why. We met a lot of other people who know what they want, can't find anyone to vote for. And it seems to me that the idea that this general election is somehow going to say anything convincing or conclusive about the state of the country is absurd.